here with SS Multimedia. Today, we're going to be talking about estimating decimal quotients. So our objective is understanding how to estimate quotients with decimals using compatible numbers. Okay, so let's go over what it means. I forgot to draw a squiggly line there. Squiggly line there because that's what we're doing. So of course, estimating is kind of like an about answer. It's close to the answer, right? Speaking of the answer, a quotient is a division answer, right? It's like if it was addition, 2 plus 2 equals 4, this 4 would be the sum, right? Same like that. 3 divided by 1 equals 3. 3 is the quotient, right? And now we have decimals. I'm sure you all know what that is. I'm just going to draw one right there. 2.49, 149 and then compatible numbers. And I think we've talked about this enough for you to understand what it means. Right, numbers are compatible. Like 52 plus 93 might not be as compatible as 55 plus 95, right? So usually 5s and 10s are used as compatible numbers. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to our example. Alright guys, so our first example is 90.92 divided by 8.97. Okay? So let's go over this. First, I'm going to write this nice and big. 90.92 divided by 8.97. Right? Now, let's go over this. So, first we're going to make them compatible. Right? What do both of these have in common? Right? So if you look at where one of them rounds, let's go here. If this one would round to 9, right, because only 3 away, right, now that's a bad word for away, and this one, we rounded that down even though it should round up, right, this thing could go into 90, right, so 9 is compatible with 90, or 90 is compatible with 9, right, so now, here's the thing. When making numbers compatible, you don't want to do it almost exactly, right? So if you have 90.92, right? And you see, okay, I rounded this to the nearest whole number. Let's round this to the nearest whole number, right? You would round that to 91, right? But 9 is not compatible with 91. In fact, I don't think much is compatible with 91, right? So 91 is not an option. So we're going to have to round that to 90, which might be a little off, but it makes it compatible. The only other option would be round this to 99, right? It's the only other option. So, no, 90. Okay? And now, this should be simple. All you have to do is do 90 divided by 9, right? And, of course, you should get 10, right? So there you have it. 90 divided by 9 equals 10. Okay? So, to use green is about symbol there, 10. Okay, so now let's go to our next example. Okay? And there's only going to be 2 examples today, no problem time. Okay, because since the examples are basically just exact problems, right? But if you want, you can go ahead and try this one yourself. Okay, if you want, you can pause the video and post in the comments what you get. Okay, so for those of you who wanted to do it, I'm assuming you did it. Now we're going to check your answers. For the rest, I'm going to walk you through it. So, write that nice and big. 4 4.54 divided by, let's see, 2.23. 2.23. Okay, so what is compatible, right? So let's look at the obvious here. Okay, one option is to round this. You know what? Scratch that. I'm going to use green here. Round this to 4, right? And round this to 2, divided by equals 2, right? But, I mean, that is one option. If you get stuck here, this is always a backup plan, but you want to get the right answer. You don't want to just do some random thing, because you can always do that. You want to try to get a little more precise answers. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to go back to blue here and show you the right way to do it. So, let's do this. You have 2.23, right? And you have 4.54. Okay? So we already know that 4 and 2 are compatible, so we probably won't want to change those whole numbers, right? So, let's see. Let's round this towards nearest 10, or nearest 5, or whatever. Yeah, nearest 10. 10's a place. Tenths. I don't know why I'm having a problem with that. And then that's 4.5. Let's add a 0 in there. Make it look like that. And then, now we see that. Is there anything that we can round to that makes it compatible? And that we're not rounding like 5 or 6? There is. Right? Would be 2.25. Right? Because it can go into 4.50. Right? And now this should be relatively easy. Right? Divided by. And of course, if you're having a little trouble because there's also decimals here, right? And you could just do, okay, 25 goes into 52 times and 2 goes into 42 times. So it's 2. 2. So I'm going to use green again. Actually, I'll use red. 4.54 divided by 2.23 equals, let's see, 2. So, let's do a quick summary here. What was our objective? It was understanding how to estimate quotients with decimals using compatible numbers. Did we do that? Well, let's see. In both the examples, we were able to estimate quotients, right? That's a quotient. That's a quotient. And yes, they were estimates. Okay? And with decimals, let's see. Okay, that's a decimal. That's a decimal. Right? That's a decimal. And that's a decimal. That circle there. And, let's see. Less and now compatible numbers. Did we use that? Let's check. Right? Okay, these two numbers are compatible, so those are compatible numbers. Okay, those two numbers are compatible. Compatible numbers. So it looks like we did a good job of following our objective and understanding the lesson, which is why there is no problem time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell when you do. And keep an eye out for the next videos to come.